You ready? Hey guys, Darren from Off-Road TV here. I am joined today by Sarah and Shaun from Westcoast Recovery Specialists. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, good, thank you, Darren.
And who's this? Who is this?
This is Turbo,
Hey,
the
Turbo.
recovery dog.
Recovery dog, awesome. So guys, tell us a little bit about your business.
So we started Westcoast 4x4 recovery business about 3 years ago with great success. We originally started with one Unimog, which was basically straight off from the X80F. Fitted it out and we ran that for 2.5 years.
Yep.
And that whilst we were building the one that we'll show you shortly. Look, we've been called anywhere from up in Exmouth all the way down to Bremer Bay, so we do cover the vast majority of WA. But yeah, predominantly if you do see us, you're going to see us locally around the Perth metro area, sorting out people who get into a bit of a situation on our local beaches.
Yeah, okay. So any tips, hints for people before they go out that might stop them getting stuck before they need you guys?
Yeah, so tyre pressures are a must.
Yep.
Different terrains require different pressures. So I would say to anyone who is stuck, check and adjust your tyre pressures first. You can let them down a lot lower than what people think. For most of our WA beaches, I would suggest starting out at 12 psi,
Okay.
and working your way down from there. You just have to be careful that you don't roll the tyre off the bead.
Yeah.
Also, I'd recommend to carry a shovel. You can dig your way out of most things.
Okay.
And be prepared. Make sure you've got water and food. If your car breaks down, your car breaks down. There's not really much you're going to be able to do about it, but at least have, you know, water and food so that you can stay the night there and not get yourself into too much trouble.
Yeah, no, good advice. Okay. Anything else?
Look, the max tracks and as such, you know, treads, and there's obviously some more inferior brands that have come over from China recently.
Yeah.
Look, it's pretty cheap insurance at the end of the day for what you pay for them versus what you pay to get us out there.
Yeah.
You know, you can go out and buy yourself some max tracks, at least you get something out of it. And 9 times out of 10, if you actually spend a bit of time on a shovel and, you know, prepare yourself for the tracks, and they will get you out. They're not always going to get you out, but it's cheap insurance.
And for someone who's got stuck, and we've all done it, and you panic a bit, what's your advice before they sort of grab the phone and call you guys?
Oh, look, if they've got the gear to try and self-recover, obviously have a red old crack of it. You're not going to learn how to get yourself out of a situation unless you have a go at it.
Yeah.
The amount of times we've actually rocked up to jobs and people are very non-experienced, which is, hey, we all started somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't let the tyres down, or they've ventured somewhere where I probably wouldn't venture for the first time off-road.
Yeah.
But yeah, just have a crack getting it out. Look, if you can't get it out, give us a call. You can find us either on Facebook or on Google.
Okay.
Just Google us up and there's plenty of stuff floating around about us. So, and we're about to release a website as well, which will actually allow you to buy recovery gear and
nice one.
some items off us. So yeah,
Cool.
check it
We'll
out.
get all the links for that on this. What's one of your funniest recoveries that you've come across?
Oh, we've had some doozies. Like
I think the Moore River one.
the most laughs. was,
Moore
probably
River.
Moore River.
Yeah, right. Tell us
So we
about that.
got a call out, actually from the police. So people had bogged their car in the river. They had no phone reception. They've rang 000.
Wow.
The police have contacted us. It was very, very late on a Sunday night. It was cold. It was winter. The client's car was in the river and they were drenched. So it was pretty urgent that, you know, we had to get out there.
Yeah.
We didn't want them to get like hypothermia. So we've literally dropped everything that we're doing, jumped in the truck, gone out there. We've got them out.
Yeah.
And we've started dragging them back out through the track. So they're cold, they're wet, their car's cold. I'm driving their vehicle back out while Shaun's towing me back out.
Yeah.
He took a wrong turn and he went down a fence line that he shouldn't have gone down.
Right.
Now this vehicle that I'm getting towed, I've got no brakes, no power steering, no engine. The car's totally dead.
Yeah.
He's taken the track to the right, gone down the track, and then we've realised we're on the wrong track.
Oh, jeez.
He's gone to pull back around to the left and got us pretty much nearly hung up on a tree, because when the Unimog is towing, it pulls the car behind it anyway it wants to go, and when you've got no power steering, I had no horn, nothing to communicate with him. He's seen me before, we've gotten to the tree and he's gotten out of the truck to reposition. All the while he'd run over a dead roo that had probably been there for like a week and it was floated. So he's driven over the roo, it's exploded. Shaun has got the weakest stomach. Like he opens the bin and he starts to gag. So he's throwing up all over the place. I'm crying, laughing. My clients in the car with me are gagging because the windows are down and we had no power to put them back off.
Jeez.
The whole time, everyone else is vomiting and I'm just hanging out the seat laughing. It was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I was laughing and spewing at the same time. It was horrendous.
What are the chances that you're going to hit a dead roo right on that spot?
It's going to explode.
And Shaun's having to get out and adjust the straps and the dead roo's right underneath him. It was all sorts of bad.
Yeah, it was pretty.
All right, I think it would take quite a bit to top that one then.
Yeah.
So that is a beauty. That is an absolute beauty. What's some of the, I don't know, more sort of scary recoveries that you've come across, like people getting themselves into a lot of bother?
I went out to one out back in Mundaring, so obviously this winter we've had a lot of rain. And basically it's turned the ground into, it's that waterlogged that you drive, it looks fine, drive over it, you do one pass over it, as soon as you turn around and drive over again, it's all over.
Okay.
But yeah, there was this Pajero that had taken a track and ended up in no man's land up to the chassis, and I actually took the patrol out there on the traps, and I returned out of that job 6 hours later. It was just 6 hours of non-stop winching. I was dragging I ended up throwing the patrol in head first. I was up to the bull bar in that. And I had to sort of winch myself close enough so I could work within 90 metres of him pulling close to me. And then I spent 3 hours recovering myself, going tree to tree to tree to tree to get the patrol out. And then the most disheartening thing after spending all that time winching is the only way I was going to get this car out is throw the patrol straight back in there again. So I spent about 30 minutes trying to recce a bit of ground, and I found must have been about 10 square metres of hard ground, which I just had to commit to, and
go for it.
We got it out eventually, but it was I think I rolled in the door about 8 in the morning, didn't I?
Really?
It was a long day.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. And what, like an average weekend for you, say in summer, like how many call-outs would you get?
The most we've ever done in a day was 12.
Okay.
So we were getting called from Wilbinga to Wedge, and we literally spent the whole day driving back and forth.
Lansing, Wedge, Wilbinga,
just crazy.
Absolutely insane. I think we were working for probably about 18 hours in total.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty insane.
It was a big day.
Yeah,
but on average, I mean, we get at least 1 to 2 calls a day. Weekends are our busiest time, but we still get stuff during the week.
Really? Okay.
We get workers that have bogged EWPs or whatever, so we do all that type of thing as well. So it's not just off-road, it's people getting bogged on their own properties or bogging work equipment. And a lot of the stuff that they bog is quite heavy.
Okay.
So yeah, that's when they call us in.
So if I got stuck today in Wilbinga, you don't have to tell us exactly, but roughly how does it work cost-wise?
So basically we have to assess the job. So we sometimes ask for pictures and we always ask for a pin location. And we ask what the situation is, whether the vehicle's broken down or it's just bogged. And we quote it on case by case, so no 2 jobs are the same, so it's very hard to quote. Look, we're full drivers ourselves. We've been in this industry for a long time. We're not here to rip people off. We just want to help them get their pride and joy, either off the beach or out of a mud hole.
It's actually a lot more viable than what some people think. Like, you look in magazines and they're like, thousands for this and thousands for that. If you're in the middle of Australia, by all means, it's going to be thousands. But local stuff where you're stuck on the beach, or you've done something wrong, or you've made a boo-boo, it's pretty cost effective.
Yeah. Okay. So. Well, it's good to know. It's good to have that insurance. So you've got the Unimog, which we're going to go through soon. Yep. Do you ever get that stuck?
Yeah, we've been stuck a couple of times.
Yeah.
How do you get that out?
A shovel.
Shovel and match.
Same way. Fair enough.
A shovel and a lot of patience, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, so this is the beast. This is the Unimog, Shaun, or
Yeah, so this is a weapon of choice. Basically we built this one, so I bought it ex-ADF, like the previous one we had, and tore it down and basically built it to suit our needs after learning a lot from the previous one.
Okay.
Some of the situations we got in, you know, there was a few items that would have made our job a hell of a lot easier over the years, so we've built this one to suit. The front, you obviously notice it's painted in sandy taupe, so
Yeah.
this one had a full respray, put a late model face on it, make it look pretty, and
So new grille, new badge.
Yep.
It is a Mercedes Unimog U1700 as well, for anyone who wants to have a look at it on Google.
but yeah, we got a workshop as well in Perth, so basically we did the whole build in-house. All the bar work I did myself. The winch mounts come from one of our suppliers over east who looks after all our parts and that for us. We stock a fair bit for it, obviously, because we can't afford to have it off the road.
Yeah.
But the main necessities of one of these vehicles is it runs 46-inch tyres, which are huge in any small means. So
With bead-locked rims.
yeah, with the Hutchison beadlock, which are military spec beadlock wheel. Run a massive hydraulic system on this truck, so it's all custom built pretty much to suit our needs. The parts from Mercedes I had modified again because the pump that I wanted to run was that big, it just
Wouldn't fit.
It wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a game changer what we've done there. We've done full remote system on it, so all our winches are basically air over hydraulic, so we can winch from 500 metres away if we wanted to.
Yeah, brilliant.
Front winch we run a 15,000 pound. It's mainly for self-recovery at the end of the day. The big boy's on the tray, so.
Okay. And engine-wise, what have you got under the hood?
So engine-wise, at the moment, it's all standard. They run a OM 362, so it's just a Mercedes engine.
Yeah.
Straight 6, 5.7 litre turbocharged, non-intercooled.
Okay.
Not very fast, I can tell you that.
A lot of power though.
A lot of torque.
Yeah.
We do have an upgraded turbo on that sitting at the shop for it, but it's just having time to actually
Get it done.
which is not very often these days.
Yeah, busy. Just a quick question. I love the fact that you've got a snorkel. Do you need a snorkel? Or have you ever been up that far?
Oh, we've had.
Yeah, we've been up.
I mean, the
Probably
snorkel's
over the top of the bonnet.
snorkel's almost the same height as me.
Yeah, so we've had water coming basically over the leading edge of the grille, so onto the bonnet. You sort of forget how big these are when you're getting in and out of them all day, every day.
Yeah.
So to you guys, obviously it's huge, To me, it's like, oh, whatever.
It's just your car.
Yeah.
Like getting
We
something
take
normal,
this
isn't it?
grocery shopping sometimes and people stare at us.
But yeah, when you drop in a big hole and you're sort of over the bonnet, like, oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty deep.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. If you're getting up that high, yeah.
yeah, you're in there.
Cool.
That's for sure.
So you mentioned the tyres earlier, bloody huge. What's going on with the wheels? It's got more than your average amount of things going on in there.
Yeah, so these are a Hutchison beadlock wheel. So you've got your wheel nuts and then you've got your beadlocks on a 46-inch tyre.
Yeah, wow, okay. It is pretty impressive. All right, so what we got going on here, Shaun?
So it's a high-ab, which is tucked up beyond the cab. Not a massive lifting capacity bit of gear, but it's mainly for like burnt wrecks and stuff like that.
Motorbikes.
Yeah, the first job this truck ever did was actually a motorbike, so it's got 2-ton lifting capacity.
Yeah.
It tucks in there nice and tight, so it's not too bad. It's it's just very handy to have sometimes.
Yeah, cool. All right, nice one. And what about this, Shaun?
Yeah, so that's your jack legs for your crane, so they slide out and rotate down, and obviously support the truck when we're picking things up with the high-ab, stop it rolling over.
Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, what else do you want to show us? I guess the main event's
Winch.
probably at the back, is it?
Yeah.
All right, so the winch on the back, what have you got going on there?
Yeah, so there's definitely a party in the back on this one. So Shaun has custom built a winch cradle on the tray for this Unimog. So we're running a 20-ton rear winch.
20 ton.
20 ton. It's got 90 meters of cable. The cable is steel, and am I right in saying it's 14 mil?
Yeah, 14 mil,
Yeah.
Okay.
It has got some serious pulling power.
Yeah.
When you see it in action, it's
Impressive.
it's really, really impressive.
Okay.
So this is something new we didn't have on our previous truck. And yeah, like I said, Shaun's custom built the whole thing, and it just works so well. It's all remote, so we don't actually need to be near the Mog. It makes it a hell of a lot easier when one of us is going on a job on our own. You don't necessarily need two people with us all the time. So yeah, it's an awesome piece of equipment.
Just a lot safer for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah. I basically did a job last weekend and parked the truck, you know, within range, and pulled the cable out and recovered a vehicle, a three-wheel vehicle, down a very steep hill all by myself. So I literally just snatch blocked it from tree to tree and then winched it down the hill and all by myself. It obviously took me a lot longer being on my own, but you know, it just goes to show that what we've done with the new truck, it's certainly it's opened the ability up a lot.
That's impressive.
90 meters of cable.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's massive.
we don't even have to, you know, drive anywhere near the vehicle.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool.
Is there anything you've never been able to get out? Like, does that happen?
We had one particular, so it was with our old truck, and it was actually a very, very expensive and flash horse float, but in a truck.
Okay.
It was a horse transporter truck.
Yeah, so that was 20 ton. And the ground that it was in, it's just, they've driven onto a field and it's just disappeared.
Just sunk.
The whole thing's gone down. It fully loaded, you know, toolboxes underneath it, you know, full kitchen, water tanks, the whole lot.
I ended up getting the old truck stuck like 4 times, and it was crazy. So we ended up ringing one of the heavy wrecker boys in and
That's
helping them out.
Job.
Cool. All right, so the interior. I want to. You've got an escape hatch.
Yeah, so it's still got the turret in them from when they were with Australian Defence Force. So it's still actually, I haven't pulled them out in this truck. So in the corners of the cab, still got the rifle holders and all that. So we haven't done a revamp the inside of this one like we did the last one, but we've basically got all our communication gear in here now, and so we run 2 Motorola UHFs. Reason for that, obviously, so I can communicate with Sarah on a different channel, and obviously communicate with a client if need be on the other radio. I run cameras front and rear of the truck, so I can see the front winch and obviously reverse camera.
Okay,
I can do them individually, or if we're towing a vehicle out, we'll put them on the rear and Sarah can watch a camera and I can watch a camera. It just gives us a good indication what the strap's doing or what the vehicle's doing behind us. Other than that, inside of this we run a Selfire signal phone booster, just so we can get that little bit more range. By all means, they don't turn no signal into a mystery signal, but they are pretty helpful.
If you've got some signal,
They are good. RAM mount for our tablet, which we use for navigation. Look, the days are gone where you have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on, navigational software. Most stuff you can, even Google Maps these days.
On your tablet.
It's it's an incredible thing. We haven't put them in yet because we've sort of want to keep this a 3-seater for the dog, but we do have some Isri air ride seats as well out of the old truck that are at the workshop. Just make that a little bit more comfort, because these are pretty brutal on the body. They are rough as guts.
You're sitting in it a long time as well.
Yep. Some days, mate, it's not unusual to do a 24-hour day. So
wow. Okay.
We do some long hours.
Your aircon system. It's
no such thing.
Wow. Okay, so you're up here, 37 degrees today.
Yep.
No aircon.
No aircon.
Jeez.
They run a heating system only.
So you're good in winter, but terrible in summer.
Great truck in winter. You don't even need the heater on. But yeah, bloody horrible in summer.
So it's windows down and that's
windows down, hatch open if it's a bit cloudy. But yeah, they are an incredible machine. Twin diff locks, you know, everything. Like, yeah, it is a big full drive.
It is. And is it? So what are you, 8-speed?
Yeah, 8 speed, so 4 low, 4 high.
Yep.
No low transfer case. It's basically just send diff lock and off you go.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll be amazed where for, you know, an 8-ton bit of gear where they can go. They're a great
I've
machine.
seen some of your videos and that is just, what you're doing in that is just awesome.
Yeah, look, there's still days now, mate, where we come back from a job, so I can't believe that truck just did that. Yeah, no, it's incredible.
We didn't talk about fuel, so what have you got? I mean, you must have...
They actually don't carry a massive capacity. This truck's, it's horrible on fuel. This particular one, my other one wasn't too bad, but this one loves a drink. So they only carry 160 litres in one single tank. And mate, this truck will see sometimes up to 40 litres per 100. Just really depends, you know, because the max speed, well, with the big tyres, it's like 95. Yeah. So if you're singing on the highway with a headwind, get the fuel card ready.
Yeah. So you're pretty popular at the petrol station.
Yeah. I'm there almost every day.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah. Awesome. It's.
Yeah. So the blue shade is actually part of the nighttime driving for them. So when you wear your nighttime goggles and all that. I've pulled them all off this truck, but they come with all the blackout lighting and all that still on them.
Yeah.
No good for us, but I'm sure if you're a shooter, it'd probably be pretty handy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a couple of mates that use them for their shooting rigs and all that, and I'm yet to have someone who hates them, but the hot, noisy and horrible ride sometimes gets the better of some people, and you'll see them on the market pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can't, with no aircon, I bet you don't get that many passengers.
Nah, and yeah, you do get some days where you honk along and you die, and it's just like, I can't wait to get out of this thing. But
nice.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's another truck on the market that I'd send to work with some of the jobs that we do. So
yeah, no, it's impressive. It really is. It's cool. Guys, thanks for coming out today and thanks for taking us through this amazing rig. It's an impressive piece of kit.
No worries at all.
Pleasure.
Guess the last thing is, if people need to get in touch with you, how do they get in touch with you?
Best way is obviously give us a call. That's going to be most direct way about it. Our contact number is 0417 090 373. If you want to see what we're doing, we are starting to push our Instagram a fair bit, but Facebook's, I've been a bit lazy lately, but yeah, usually regularly updated. And then our website will be up and running in, I think it's about 14 days from now.
Perfect.
And that'll be a good one to follow as well. We'll keep that up to date.
We'll get all the details and so you can get in touch, and if you do get into trouble, then these are the guys to call, guys. Thanks.
Thanks,
No
guys.
worries.
Thanks,
you,
Turbo.
mate.
Thank you.